Hello, world. Welcome to another episode of TTV Transportation Translated Videos. Today's video is going to be on your hours of service, the 11, the 14, and the 70-hour rule. And I chose to do this on a paper log as well as a digital log to let you know that it's all the same. It's just your understanding of it that needs to be fixed. So, if you pay attention to these logs and how I do this, you should get a clear understanding. Let's just say you start your day at 1 a.m. Well, from 1 a.m. to 1 this afternoon is 12 hours. If you add 2 more hours to that, that means 3 o'clock. That's your 14-hour window of opportunity. Let's try it again. Let's say you start your day at 7. Well, from 7 a.m. to 7 this afternoon is 12 hours. You put 2 more hours on that. That's 9 o'clock. That's your 14-hour window of opportunity. All right, let's do a little exercise. Let's say you start your day at 1 a.m. All right, from 1 to 1 is 12. 2 more hours, that's 3 o'clock. That's your 14-hour window of opportunity. Let's just say you start driving at 1 and you drove your entire 11 hours of driving straight. That means you had to stop at noon because you can only drive 11 hours in a 14-hour period. But you had up until 3 o'clock to get the driving done. Of course you're going to get stuck in traffic. Of course you're going to be bagged up the docks. Of course you're going to stop and get stuck. Now we know about the 14-hour clock. Soon as you go on duty for something, you have started your day. Whatever time that may be, you have started your day. I equate that clock with an hourglass. Everybody knows what an hourglass is. If you turn the hourglass over, once you start it, ain't no putting the sand back in it. And it takes 14 hours for that sand to drip out. Well, you started your day. You got a 14-hour window of opportunity to get 11 of it of actually driving the truck done. Here's an example. As soon as you go on duty for something like a pre-trip or a post-trip, you started your day. Now you have a 14-hour window of opportunity to get 11 of it of actually driving the truck done. And now that you started this clock, the only thing that'll stop it now is you doing a 10-hour break. Okay, on a digital clock, as far as driving, 11 hours of driving, that clock is only going to move when the truck is being driven. If you stop driving, then that clock will stop moving. It's only going to move when the truck is being driven. Here's an example. As soon as you begin to start driving, this clock is going to move, as you can see. If you stop driving, then the clock will stop. If you start back driving, it will move again. You can only drive 11 hours in a 14-hour period. There are certain things that you must log. Pre-trips, post-trips, fueling, so on and so forth. Those are called on-duty, not driving things. And when you're doing on-duty things, that means you're using your hours, your 70, you're using some of those hours. But you can start and stop that clock at will by simply going off duty. Here's an example. Your objective for the 70-hour clock is to save as many of those hours for strictly driving. But we have an understanding that there are certain things that we must be on duty for. You know, pre-trips and post-trip and fueling. Those are called on duty, not driving things. The key word is on duty, and when you're doing on duty things, that means you're using your hours for the week. But the moment that you're done doing those things, if you are not about to drive off, your objective should be to go off duty or in the sleeper berth to stop the 70-hour clock. You can stop that clock by simply going off duty to save as many as those hours for strictly driving, because that's the only time you're getting paid, when you're driving.